Assalamu alaikum, boys and girls, and namaste to our few Indian listeners. This is Ali Shamim here,
And this is Hamza.
and welcome to another episode of HUMARII CHAII. Kafi, as you read the bio or the description, this episode has just the two of us. लेकिन इसके अंदर we are talking about काफी कुछ experiences, personal experiences मेरे specifically relating to pursuing art. कुछ मैंने art uni की related से बातें की हैं. What else?
बड़ी डीप बातें हुई हैं आर्ट स्कूल के बारे में, ठीक है, फ्लो स्टेट के बारे में, बीइंग पाकिस्तानी गोइंग टू आर्ट स्कूल, ऑल द शिट यू गेट एंड प्रिविलेज सब आया है, कैपिटलिज्म भी आ गया, पता नहीं कैसे मगर थोड़ा बहुत आया है, आप टैग कर दें इसको हैशटैग कैपिटलिज्म। उसके अलावा बस थोड़े क्वेश्चन आंसर्स को आंसर किए हमने जो आए थे हमारे इंस्टाग्राम चैनल पे, और मजे से ये देखिए। हेलो अली।
Oh boy, what's up? How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Ali. It's been a while since it's just been you and me on this podcast.
I think it's been exactly
A
about
month.
uh, a month.
Yeah.
A
We've
month,
had three
nahi, okay.
guests.
We had Irfan on the 7th. That's when we
We
recorded.
had
Right?
Asad, Irfan,
Nahi, beach ke andar we
Zaifa.
did one. So that was just you and me. You know, we did the
Yeah,
one
okay.
that had
Okay.
that was basically this. जो इस podcast का Hamza वाला version है in a way,
हाँ, okay,
right?
yeah. तो
Because
आज के पॉडकास्ट में हम जाएंगे अली शमीम के दिल के अंदर और दिमाग के अंदर, और हम सोच और हम समझेंगे कि इंसान आर्ट स्कूल क्यों जाता है। मुझे
okay,
खुद समझ नहीं
how
आता।
about we just get the questions that we had out of the way because I feel like this
Your
podcast.
questions require too much depth. I want to first know why
Oh,
you
okay.
had the audacity as a Pakistani boy to think that
Oh,
you should go to art school.
yaar.
Yes.
If I'm being really honest, I think एक चीज पहले से मेरी A levels तक I was like, okay, I'm going to be an engineer and I'm going to do arts on the side. So this was arts was always like my thing, if that makes sense. क्योंकि you grow up and कुछ लोग होते हैं they stop drawing and stuff like that. I never stopped basically, and I realized कि for me, like in retrospect, I was pretty much always like doodling and drawing and stuff like that. It feels sad that that is the case. उस वक्त एक sense of escapism की वजह से मैं कर रहा था, especially like O levels and high school and primary school. और अब it's like I need to push myself to get to do it. लेकिन I think एक always sense of मेरी identity उससे attached थी because everyone would react to it in a positive way, like especially my mom and my family. और school में भी pretty much like I was one of those kids जिसका मेरा जो grade average था ना, especially like जब आपके syntax में arts होता है basically, तो मेरा grade average would just be a little higher significantly because art के अंदर मेरा A आ जाता था और किसी और सब्जेक्ट में नहीं आता था. So I think वो एक sense of identity, oh this is what I'm good at, I enjoy doing it, people react positively to it, तो उस वजह से it was always there. And I think A levels में आकर like long story short, उस वक्त the dean of Cedar College was Bilal Hamid और उस वक्त हम दोनों obviously first batch के थे ना, तो he told me कि you should change your subjects and you should take psych, no, you should take world history, psych and art. And उस वक्त if I'm being really honest, like मैंने इसके बारे में कुछ लोगों को बताया है, मुझे बस एडमिशन कराना था. I was like भाई एडमिशन हो जाए मेरा कहीं भी, I don't care. सही है, तो I was like हाँ sure, okay, I'll take these subjects. Also I trusted his judgment, ऐसी बात नहीं है, but उस वक्त अली शमीम के दिमाग में dominant ये था notion. So once I took the jump in A levels कि अब तो sciences नहीं है, तो I think उस वक्त it was like established कि there was no turning back in a way, कि अब it's some sort of art school या liberal arts education.
Yeah, but why specifically art school? You could have gone to university, done your major in anything with a minor in art. It's
I
very
think
possible. But
यार
why did you go into fine arts
okay, if
specifically?
I'm being really honest, I thought a lot about this because and like people who are listening to this know, like क्योंकि I got into filmmaking, I got into marketing, I could have gone in all of these things, मेरा portfolio भी बना हुआ है इन चीजों में, लेकिन I realized कि एक true sense of happiness होती है ना जो आपको process से मिलती है, right? आप खो जाते हो pretty much अपने काम में, and you come out of it and you feel like you've accomplished something, you know. तो उसकी जो intrinsic joy होती है, वो मुझे सिर्फ पेंटिंग से मिली, और वो बहुत मुश्किल होती है. रीचिंग दैट एवरी सिंगल टाइम इज रियली टफ. लेकिन आई थिंक इट्स, I don't know how to explain it, लेकिन मे बी तुम राइटिंग से रिलेटेड रख सकते हो कि whenever I paint, it's like I feel like myself. I don't feel the need of validation. I don't feel the need. Also, I think, like, I hate saying it, but every time I push myself, I feel impressed and I feel happy by myself. And I've been doing that consistently with like fine art specifically. Also, like filmmaking or marketing, all of these involve a lot of, you have to give up a lot of power in terms of what you're doing, creative power. And generally like filmmaking mein, it's so collaborative. Like agar aap proper film school jaye, and I'm not objecting on that, but I realized I'm okay at collaboration. But I realized कि मुझे जो jumps और leaps लेनी है in terms of the work that I want to do, that will require my core essence to be, is to be an artist. तो इस वजह से
देखो मैंने सवाल जो पूछा था ना,
अभी तो यही है ना, why art
मैं
school? So I'm
नहीं, मैंने
telling you
आर्ट
कि
स्कूल नहीं पूछा, मैंने नहीं
fine
बोला
art का
व्हाई
पूछा ना.
आर्ट स्कूल, मैंने बोला व्हाई नॉट liberal arts, but why art school? And to
तो
that you just went on this huge collaborative tangent which had nothing to
अबे
fucking do
अबे तो
with
I
the
told you
question.
ना कि
But yeah,
enjoy.
I got it. And you got it.
I
You could,
enjoyed
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
much
You
that
could have done filmmaking. You have
it's a huge
portfolios
risk,
in
bro.
marketing.
It's a
Yeah.
huge risk. I know it's a huge risk. लेकिन I feel like कि the, I don't know, क्योंकि मेरे बहुत सारे दोस्त हैं जो हमारे like circles, mutual friends में भी आते हैं. A lot of people who were doing like fine arts, A level art, but aren't doing, like She's is a good example. She's is a part of like हमारी चाय की, जो हमारी छोटी सी 3 लोगों
Yeah,
की
yeah,
टीम
yeah.
है,
Follow Jesus Christ on Instagram.
right? लेकिन
Yes.
but She's is doing something more commercial. मेरा ये था कि if I can just push myself there, I might be able to come out. I मुझे ज़रा सा fear भी है इसका, if I'm being honest, क्योंकि सारा वक़्त like जो मेरा यूनिवर्सिटी ऐसे था, उसके अंदर भी I wrote about like my math tutor being like ओह तुम आर्ट का ग्रेड के बारे में क्यों केयर करते हो, राइट? इससे क्या करोगे? So I think a bit of it is कि I need to prove myself as well. So therefore I will make the leap and push it as much as I possibly can.
अब मैं पूछता हूँ सवाल जो सब सोचते हैं। पैसे बनाने का इरादा है?
यार ओके, स्ट्रेट अप यस. आई फील लाइक के पाकिस्तान में बहुत सारे लोगों ने दे लुक डाउन अपॉन इट.
आर्ट स्कूल पे शिट किया हुआ है, आर्टिस्ट पे शिट किया हुआ है।
हाँ,
चलो कंटिन्यू, हाँ उसे बोल
लेकिन
सकते हो।
लेकिन इफ आई एम बीइंग ऑनेस्ट, आई फील लाइक के उसी वजह से लाइक, सो पहले मुझे बहुत डर लगता था कि भाई इफ दिस इज गोइंग टू वर्क आउट और नॉट, यू नो, इफ लाइक बिकॉज financial freedom is important, and like giving the people who are listening or watching some uh, contextual knowledge, like right now, like straight up meri financial situation isn't great, you know, like I could be dropping out next year or not, or just being at some other art, cheaper art uni, or not being at art uni period, right? Lekin I think I realized ke, because I had seen like growing up financial ups and downs, and I always saw like my dad doing his own thing. तो मुझे लगा कि if I just get good at it, people, the money will come. I just need to figure out a way to market it and figure out the business aspect of it. क्योंकि making money is a separate skill and making art is a separate skill. And I think आप जो भी काम कर रहे हैं ना, even if you become a banker, if you become a writer, these are all separate skills and making money is a separate skill. And I think ये बहुत सारे लोग realize नहीं करते हैं. लोग बोलते हैं कि वो उसका scope है. Bro, मैं तुम्हें, like, I don't want to get a little uh, dark or anything with it, but like straight up, one of my cousins, uh, this is at my dad's like funeral के बाद जो आपका वो होता है ना, क्या कहते हैं, कुरान खानी type stuff. So he's talking to me about my dad's business and stuff like that. लेकिन then he goes like कि इसका scope है, and I'm like यार come on man, अभी like I feel like कि पाकिस्तान में और देसी उस एशियन कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, it's not even about scope. I think people just want to, they don't understand something, they don't understand कि art के अंदर how you make money, so therefore they assume there is no scope. लेकिन अगर आप actual artists को देखें जो पाकिस्तानी artists हैं, right, they're doing well for themselves. You know, it's not just about making a lot of money, and I think that is where people go wrong. There is Shazia Sikandar, who's like one of my favorite artists who I look up to. She's like it, she उन्होंने NCA से पढ़ा, and now she's literally like a world renowned artist, right? She's pushing the boundaries of what South Asian and like Pakistani contemporary miniature paintings are like. And she's living in New York. You know, New York is expensive, and as an artist she's doing really well, right? So I feel like कुछ realities होती हैं you can accept and you can think about it. So I feel like yes, I'll make money. Maybe not right away. Maybe उस same traditional तरीके से नहीं, like I do monthly work and somebody pays me. But artist,
You look after yourself, right?
हाँ,
That's the question.
rich
Okay.
नहीं होना मुझे जरूर necessarily.
You could be rich. It's always a consequence of, just life.
हाँ.
But unless it's old wealth,
Also rich. Also
I
rich
love
is
me some old wealth. If you
rich.
have any pre-colonial wealth,
Man, rich is
follow
so
us.
subjective as well ना. जैसे वो Tim Ferriss की मैंने पूरी बुक खत्म नहीं की है, लेकिन उसमें he has this term, he calls it the new rich, and he goes on like talking about के लोगों का perception and their definition of what it means to be rich. Basically by rich I mean financially independent, is very messed up. तो वो बोलता है the new rich is people who are doing what they enjoy doing. They're living exactly in their own means and making hopefully a surplus, but at the same time they have the free time to live exactly the life that is customized to the person they are. So for example, Ali Shamim doesn't need to be a multi-millionaire or lakpati or whatever to be happy, right? And I think it's on,
Bolo, I don't know.
right? But I think uske alawa, at the same time the book is really great upon like hits upon this idea of figuring out how to optimize your life to do more of the things you want and to also like monetize them. Yeah, nahi, lies. Hamza is holding up. Okay, Hamza is holding up paper.
A little piece of paper that says lies,
Lies.
because Ali Shamim has just spent the past 5 minutes lying to you,
Nahi, bro.
lying to
Okay.
you with his privileged perspective on life, with his
Yeah.
shashke and his art school and
Oh,
his
oh,
drama, and he's just like,
oh.
rich is what you make it, because
अबे इसका मतलब ये
standards
नहीं,
of
okay.
living I can
I'm not
change.
saying that I don't want to be.
Independent
I
art
don't want
boy,
to.
yes.
I'm not saying I don't want to be a millionaire. It would be great to be a millionaire. It would be great to be a
Hmm.
millionaire. Let's be honest. We are capitalistic as hell, right? In a lot of ways, both of us. सही
I am a
है?
communist.
सही. अच्छा
I am telling you, I am communist.
ठीक है. Okay, all
Okay.
right. I would. I thought we shouldn't go
Yeah,
there.
we're not
Like
talking about
maybe
this tip.
this is a debate or a conversation for some time, some other podcast or some other episode. But I feel like कि बन जाएंगे पैसे यार.
पैसे बन जाएंगे, ठीक है, moving on. Do you think that people shit on art school and like just, professions in general, that they don't understand how to monetize?
यार
Because let me finish the question, यार.
okay, okay.
देखो ये होती है बदतमीजी. ठीक है, ये आपने नोटिस किया होगा. आप अगर पिछले पॉडकास्ट में जाएं, कोई भी बात करो तो अली इंटरप्ट करता है हर वक्त, बिकॉज अली हैज दिस ह्यूज प्रॉब्लम विद इंटरप्शन.
Okay, I'm
Now he has
working
been
on it.
called out. Okay,
I
yeah,
mean, I'll work
exposed.
on it. I'll work on
Cancel
it.
Ali Shamim.
I'm
But
working on
anyway,
it.
so I was saying, now that you made me lose my train of thought, I will restart.
Yes.
Do you feel like art school and other professions that are hard to monetize are shit on by Pakistanis, Indians, and Desi people in general? I don't want to say it, but you know how I feel about,
Asians.
the
यार
second
यार
country I said. But let me finish the
अच्छा
question,
बोलो.
because हमारे पास एक व्यूअर है जिसने बोला गाली नहीं दो ज्यादा, तो मैं अब कोशिश करता हूँ नहीं डालने की.
Okay.
मैं लिटरली कोशिश करता हूँ. But do you feel like it's because they're afraid of stepping out of the comfort zone and understanding that there is more to life than just, binary numbers, economics, accounting, medicine, law, and all the basic stuff. That it's not basic. I'm not trying to say it's easy. Just said
Mm.
it's more universally acceptable. Do you
Yeah,
think that
okay.
it's
I'm going to give it. I'm going to preface it on the fact. Okay, first of all, I'm 22, right? So if if I don't speak, I speak from a place of knowing कि abhi there is a chance I do not have enough knowledge of the real world outside to fully have a coherent answer that displays what the world is like. So yeah, so this is like I just want to establish that as a fact that I'm aware of this. Simultaneously, I feel like it's not people. Uh, there are. It's really hard to give like personal opinion, but even if I think next time we should have like she's on this and we should like I feel like give me a second. I feel like there are two types of people. एक होते हैं जो generally they want to make sure that you know they're questioning like why you're pursuing this and what is the objective of pursuing whatever you're pursuing. Okay, let's not forget, yes, ye creative careers are tough. Like freelancing is tough. Becoming a filmmaker is tough. It is actually more tougher than आपका doing ये banker related job because उसके अंदर या ऐसी job जो 9 to 5 है उसकी different sense of toughness. I'm not saying कि oh वो तो आसान है. I'm not, but I'm saying the toughness is to figure out a way to constantly monetize it because there's it's not like कि आपने month in किसी के लिए काम किया है. Like let's say if you're an in-house designer for someone or like an in-house uh, cinematographer or या cameraman या whatever for an in-house production company वो अलग scene है, right? But full-time artist, full-time freelance graphic designer, full-time freelance filmmaker या फिर full line जैसे हम ये चीज कर रहे हैं podcasting की, we are giving this time, we don't know if this is going to pay off. So I think a lot of people Asian cultures में they know, they're aware of this, but we never go into the conversation of what if you actually try this and work really hard at it and make it work, right? So I feel like for a lot of people it's like okay, it's best to just establish you do these things. And at the same time I would say like I have meri behan hai Aisha, so like she's doing a regular 9 to 5 and she's working uh like she did engineering and stuff like that. So I feel like it's more about identity वगैरह as well, I understanding ke oh this suits your personality type. जैसे कि Hamza Abdullah doing engineering wouldn't survive, not because
of course,
engineering is bad or because
of course, it
Hamza
would
Abdullah,
survive.
yeah,
No, that's
thrive,
stupid as fuck of you to say. And now I
thrive,
will.
thrive. Okay,
No,
thrive,
no, no, no. Now I
thrive.
will. Now I will say something.
Okay,
Now
Ali
I will say
Shamim
something to your
wouldn't.
stupidity.
Ali Shamim wouldn't
No,
thrive.
no, it's not
Okay.
about me.
Oh
It's about
God,
the stupid shit you just said.
bro,
More tougher isn't fucking grammatically correct. Okay, you can't have tougher and more. First of all, artist boy. Okay,
more tough.
this is yeah,
उर्दू
yes,
बात
this is
करता हूँ मैं इंग्लिश
उर्दू
अंग्रेजी
उर्दू
मेरी
बात करने की
मादरी
बात है.
जबान
डोंट गिव मी
नहीं
द
है,
शिटी
ठीक है,
एक्सक्यूजेस. डोंट गिव मी द
अंग्रेजी
शिटी
मेरी मादरी
एक्सक्यूजेस.
जबान
तुम
नहीं है.
हाँ ठीक है, तुम्हारी मादरी जबान नहीं है, मगर you spent 18 years learning it and now you're in the United Kingdom. You have no excuses, like zero.
True,
Okay,
true, true.
now on a serious point, when you say shit like it's more tougher to be a fucking artist
नहीं,
freelancing and
I
shit
did
than it
not
is.
say
No,
that.
no, no, you said
I
that, bro. I will
I
clip
said
this
in a
fucking
different
audio on
way.
you.
In a
I will clip
different
it.
way. I
I'm going to
established
text
that
you
it's
to clip it
different.
right now because I don't know how to
Okay.
clip things. Let me finish. When you say that it is differently tough than a 9 to 5 because there is job security, first of all, in a 9 to 5 it is very hard finding a job that is a 9 to 5. There are so many people that are unemployed that you're just sleeping on. When you have skills like art, you can always freelance and that will save you a little bit from being unemployed as fuck. Okay, but accountants, economists, all of this shit, they can freelance a little bit, but they really can't. And a 9 to 5, there's a certain degree of toughness that comes in being unhappy every day just so you can feed your family, just so you can do shit that's important to you. the goal isn't always to be happy.
I
When you
agree.
have people you have to look after, the goal is to look after them. You have to put your happiness aside. So that's very rude of you to shit on people by saying
I
it's tougher.
wasn't kidding. I was just
Yes,
saying it's
it
a
is.
different, it's a personality thing. अबे मैं अपनी बात कर रहा हूँ
Okay.
यार. This is
हाँ ठीक
मैं
है. Okay, good.
uh,
Because Ali just shit on every field other than art and then said मैं अपनी बात कर रहा
नहीं. I said it's difficult differently.
हूँ. You
That's
can
it.
clip it, bro. But anyway, continue.
Oh God, man. तुम फिर philosophy क्यों पढ़ रहे हो हैं? सही है.
मुझे मूड होता है. Because I
So
genuinely
Abu,
do not
you
have
trapped me in this
anybody
question.
who
Okay,
will.
let's be honest.
No,
You
no. I
trapped me
have.
in this question. I'm asking why do people shit on it? तुमने premise ही question का ही रख लिया
Oh
कि
no, it was a
shit
leading
क्यों करते
question. It was a leading question because people do shit on it. It's not like, oh, do you think people shit on it? No, people shit on these things. Okay, I
हैं?
study
हाँ.
philosophy. People shit on philosophy. People think I study psychology. They don't know the difference. At least with art, they know how to spell it, right? But अब मैं क्या बोलूं? I can't say anything, right? Because all I can do is just live my life. They can live theirs. They can become their accountants. They can become
हाँ.
economists. They can
Yes,
become
I agree.
psychologists, sociologists, whatever they want to do. They can live their life, could be fully satisfied, and I'm going to live mine and be fully satisfied. It's fine.
हाँ, that
I
is
have no, yeah, I have
my
nobody.
take
I
on it as
don't
well.
plan on having kids anytime soon. Sorry, but
Sorry किसको बोल रहे हो?
बस दुनिया को ब्रो
अम्मी को
ये
बोल रहे हो अम्मी है. Sorry
अम्मी
अम्मी को.
अम्मी अम्मी
Oh,
को तो मैंने अभी
grandchildren.
रिसेंटली बोला माय मॉम रिसेंटली कॉल्स मी एंड शी इज लाइक देखो बेटा बुढ़ी हो रही हूँ मैंने कहा अम्मी आप 50 साल की हैं प्लीज मगर मगर अभी तो कोई सीन नहीं है बच्चों बच्चों का फैमिली शैमिली कोई सीन नहीं है अभी इट्स अबाउट being me so I have nobody to look after I don't need money I don't need anything I just need to do what I want to so it's fine I will always, I'm completely able to work a shitty job, make a little bit of money 9 to 5, and be okay.
Yeah,
I'm fine
same,
with that
same,
life.
same.
Abhi to he was shitting on 9 to 5, now he wants to do
अबे
it.
नहीं, okay.
You see,
नहीं,
Ali is the contradiction.
अबे
Ali
नहीं.
should rename himself.
I was talking about
Contradiction, Shamim.
basically the people who shit on वो और उनका, in my opinion, उनका perspective क्या होता है on arts.
Bro, I think there's two different kinds of people, right? I think there's
Because
people who
I've
shit on it.
interacted with people ऐसे ना, और फिर उनके साथ you can see their opinion is based on information that's uh, the lack of information.
Yeah, I think there's
There's
people who
hope
have,
होता है.
I think there's people who have a lack of information, and then there's people who have jealousy. People who are jealous because you're doing something you want to and they're too afraid to take the steps to do it. I'm not saying they have like limitations. I'm not talking about the people who have people to look after and responsibilities. मैं उनकी बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. Odds are those people have a brain. Okay,
Hmm.
those people are always like smart. But I'm talking about the people who are just jealous because they're like, oh, अब्बू ने बोला और दोस्त बोल रहे थे कि अकाउंटेंट बन जाऊं बड़े पैसे आएंगे रीबॉन्ड चलाऊंगा मजा आएगा अच्छा सॉरी रीबॉन्ड तो बहुत पुरानी हो गई है अब मेरे पास है नहीं कुछ में मुझे समझ नहीं आता रिबॉन्ड क्या होता
But
है मतलब मुझे बस पता है मेरे पास एक दोस्त है जिसको रिबॉन्ड बड़ी अच्छी लगती है तो वो खत्म
अच्छा.
मगर मगर वैसे लोग होते हैं वो जस्ट लाइक ओ मैं पैसे बनाऊंगा मैं बंदियों के साथ हूँगा मैं बॉल आउट करूंगा डुएन जॉनसन लाइफस्टाइल विदाउट द वर्क एथिक but then you have people who are just like who people just don't know they don't know what you're doing, why you're doing it, how you're doing it. They didn't ever think of it as a possibility to like take one of their hobbies and make it into their future, right?
हाँ.
So there's a difference. Those people just need to like be educated,
It's
understand,
weird because
explain.
I always made sure कि मैं नहीं सोच रहा हूँ along the lines कि oh ये बंदा मुझसे jealous है. I made sure like conscious
नहीं
conscious
सोचना
effort.
चाहिए.
लेकिन there's always a lekin. I feel like there are a lot of people who might feel like they're rationalizing their jealousy because I'm going to talk about this one experience with one of my ये cedar के अंदर like high school A levels में this dude was like straight up at my face on my face being like Ali you can't monetize your Instagram you can't कैसे
ये
होता
कौन
है
था?
मैं नाम नहीं ले रहा मैं नाम
नहीं
नहीं ले
ये मुझे मुझे
रहा.
टेक्स्ट मारो टेक्स्ट मारो
Uh,
अच्छा साइड पे तो मारो प्लीज अच्छा
I'll,
बोलो
I'll,
तुम
I'll,
बोलो.
मैं बाद में जा
No,
सोचता
I
हूँ.
need to know so I can understand the story, so I can preface it without, using names. I can do character development the way you people want it.
अबे
You know,
you know of this person wait मैं अलग से
is
ये
he
नहीं
in uni with me?
नहीं 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 not in uni
Ah,
with नहीं
okay.
नहीं नहीं नहीं. चलो फिर यूनी में तो नहीं यूनी में तो नहीं है तुम्हारे, लेकिन
एक और मुझे मैसेज
जो
करो, जल्दी 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 मैसेज करो ब्रो, सबका टाइम नहीं जाया करो बस जल्दी से।
ओ
और
गॉड
बोलो हाँ
यार, इफ डोंट से दिस नेम,
हाँ
डोंट,
हाँ नहीं बोलूंगा ब्रो, you edit this shit anyway bro, I can't say it, you'll just keep it. You know they can read that, right?
they can read that,
Yeah, it comes in the recording.
really?
Yeah, this is why you have to WhatsApp me. See, artist minds,
I
right?
didn't see it pop up on my screen.
Popped up on mine. Let's see if they can see it.
Okay,
But
okay,
anyway,
here in the post.
I will
Uh,
preface this guy by saying he's stupid. As sorry, Ahmed bhai, I am about to cuss. Sorry, but he's stupid as fuck. Okay, I'm done.
okay, so this guy basically sort of started. I don't know what the conversation was about, but I think we were just talking about, how there is more opportunity for creatives because of these platforms. क्योंकि gatekeepers अब कम हो गए हैं, like for example, I don't need to be reliant on a gallery to sell my work for me, to get me clients to put up my work. I can put it up online, and I was talking about how Instagram is just great for artists क्योंकि it gets a lot of artists an audience, and उसके साथ साथ that audience can include clients and people like that. तो बोलता है नहीं, you can't do that. And I was just like, I'm like, bro, ये हो रहा है. It's not even about कि मैं कुछ, मार्क जकरबर्ग लेवल कुछ थियराइज कर रहा हूँ कोई चीज के ये होगी फ्यूचर में. It's like कि this thing is happening as we speak, you know. And I was talking about like how you can get sponsored posts and stuff like that, and how there's a lot of opportunity there. uh, तो वो स्ट्रेट अप हेट करा था. तो एनीवेज, अब उसका उसका मुझे ये लगा था कि दैट गाय वाज जस्ट हेटिंग ऑन मी बिकॉज आई वाज टॉकिंग आउट, क्योंकि इट्स डिफिकल्ट टू बिल्ड एन ऑडियंस. इट्स डिफिकल्ट, लाइक जैसे हम कर रहे हैं, लाइक नाउ यू आर पार्ट ऑफ इट, यू कैन क्लियरली टेल. इट्स a lot of people say कि building an audience on Instagram is easy, building an audience on YouTube is easy, but it's not. It requires a lot of work. It requires कि आप पहले से सोच कर रखें what value you're providing, and uh, you know and figure out a way to reach your audience. Sometimes you have to pander, sometimes you don't have to pander, and sort of building your knowledge just on marketing as well. So I feel like कि जो लोग hate करते हैं out of jealousy might not even know that they are jealous. मुझे ये लगता है. So this is why I'm just like, not worth my time, not worth my energy. uh, if it bothers me too much, मैं उनको शायद बोल दूं straight up कि listen, you're not being helpful. लेकिन
Acha, this personal tangent isn't helping anybody. Okay, let's
I
get
feel
back
I
to our
feel like it
topic.
might, I don't know, but
Okay, if you feel like there's people who don't support you, either you're wrong, they're right, and in the event that you know you're right, then they're just stupid. It's okay, keep on keeping on. But anyway,
keep on keeping on.
yeah.
Hamza Abdualla 2020.
No, no, bro, you think I said this, bro? Come on, bro. You're gonna give me this. I need to see who said it because I remember someone said it, bro. Like someone very famous said it.
Who?
It's a book by Alan Bennett. I don't know him, so it's fine. It's a
The book
book. It's a
का
song
नाम?
by
Oh, अच्छा.
Keeping On. It's called Keeping On, Keeping On. Keep On Keeping On is a song by Curtis Mayfield. I think that's the one I referenced.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it's such a famous song, bro. How have you not heard it? Oh
मैं
man, we'll listen to it after this
मैं
podcast because
Skrillex हूँ.
monetization is key. But anyway, no. Ali was also asked one question
अच्छा
by
हाँ, we did like we thought
we
before
did a
this
tiny Q&A on Instagram. You people please थोड़े तो reply कर लिया करो. मतलब
we
आते
did
हैं
have two
मगर
questions.
दिल में तो
But
आए. Mगर one of the questions Ali was asked by Uzefa, if you remember him, he was on the podcast. Was, do you feel like your art is misunderstood at times, and what do you do? What do you feel when you feel like it's misunderstood?
oh god, यार, I felt like अभी uni में आकर जरा सा I feel like कि struggle होता है, because obviously it's like just white people around me, and I feel like अगर मैं कोई South Asian reference डालूं या कोई Islamic reference डालूं, which I've been trying to do more in my work to understand like where I am, उससे कभी कभार होता है. But I realized कि वैसे, like I think the place where Huzefa is coming from is कि uh, I just accept the fact that there are some people who won't like my work at all. क्योंकि I feel like, and that's good. क्योंकि like मैं अभी like again like coming back to like Instagram पर people can comment or people can unfollow you and stuff like that. So you can see how they're getting the meaning of your work or they're liking the work. Wait, what exactly is the question? Is it like do people understand or like the work?
It's not about liking it, it's about understanding what people's perception of your work.
Yeah, I try not to think much about it
It doesn't matter. Yeah,
because
it just
yeah,
doesn't.
because there are people who will get it right away. क्योंकि visual art में तो it's you're playing with imagery and how
Yeah.
people process imagery can you आप कितना भी सोच रहे हैं ना कि आपकी ऑडियंस को ये पर्सपेक्टिव मिलेगा या वो विजन आएगा इसके थ्रू और they're going to make the link between oh this references this this art piece from the 19th century or this it's very different. People will see different things, and I think uh, as an artist, like visual artist, अब मेरा goal ये हो गया है on more about how uh, the first goal is even though I used to run away from it is now it's how visually engaging I can make by not trying to replicate uh, art that I know will get easy engagement, right? So like portraits and stuff like that, not unless it's really really necessary. Then the other is ke my main rule is if it's engaging enough for myself, if I understand it, right, and a few close friends of mine see it and they can appreciate it, then I'm good to go. Because eventually your audience या फिर आपकी जो generally ये होती है, like I was listening to Tim Ferriss again like this morning. मैंने पूरी खत्म नहीं की वो podcast even though I've heard it before, and it's like you don't want to have the widest audience or the largest audience. Sometimes you want to have a few people who just love your work, and I feel like people will understand. I don't feel a sense of tension in terms of people understand the work or not. क्योंकि I think like Asian culture में तो willingness to understand उससे पहले आ जाती है because so many people are dismissive about art, right? So it's like for example you write a piece of poetry, let's say
Yeah,
there are a lot
no,
of people who are going to be like poetry whatever,
no,
right?
it's not even the people who dismiss it aren't. I think those aren't the people that even Uzefa cares about because those people aren't consuming your content.
Hmm.
I feel like what the question for me, or at least what it means, is like I studied literature O and A levels, right?
Yeah.
And all literature does is it takes the work of dead authors and just basically attempts to analyze it in a way where I probably the author didn't even mean it that way, right?
Yeah.
Like if the author said I ate an apple, just ate an apple, right? But people are gonna be like, oh, apple, oh, Garden of Eden, oh, no, yaar, apple खाया बंदे ने यार, easy हो जाओ. मगर no, it's okay because like
But
recently
I
I
think this is the great thing about art now because I think we people will understand what they have to understand and thinking too much about it like
yeah, the same
from
with
a
music
creator's
and stuff,
perspective is
right?
too much. I think it's counterintuitive to making the art.
Yeah, no, like anyone who creates anything should know as soon as they've created it, the understanding that it will bring is not theirs to dictate.
Hmm.
Like once you let something out, if it's poetry, if it's art, if it's an essay, if it's anything, right, and you don't explain it like while you're upload, like while you're, you know, creating it or like while you're selling it or something.
Hmm.
Like if you create a piece of art and then you have this, like for example, you have your blog, right, and on your blog
Yeah.
you talk about your art, right.
Hmm. Yeah.
So that kind of reduces the misunderstanding or the different understanding that might come from when people look at your stuff because you're telling them that this is what it was meant to be. But if
Hmm.
you don't do that and you just create something, then they can think of it as whatever they want. That's the
So
point, right?
हाँ, so I feel like कि even if क्योंकि हमारी एज के अंदर like in the technological age, digital age, I feel like कि now artists have the tool to sort of talk about their work. हमसे पहले basically like I'm talking about specifically about painters, visual artists, sculptors, people like that, right?
Mm.
उनका बहुत सारा narrative जो था वो उनकी गैलरी उनके काम के बारे में उनकी गैलरी प्रेजेंट करती थी because the gallery का end goal is to sell the work, right? So they will always
Yeah.
always talk about things जो नहीं होती. फिर a lot of the काम का narrative and context would be set up by art critics जो उसके बारे में लिखेंगे या टीवी पर बात करेंगे या रेडियो पर बात करेंगे. So I feel like कि the beauty of वो is कि eventually I feel like जितना abstraction में जाता जाता है उतनी meaning आती रहती है. लेकिन as a viewer, I feel like everybody, even if even if they get the initial meaning, let's say, for example,
Yeah.
something as simple as the author ate an apple. That's it.
Mm.
I feel like that the beauty of sort of expression generally, not abstract expression, क्योंकि I feel like सबके साथ होता है. I feel like depends on the person. So, for example, eating an apple could be a reference to Adam and Eve wala apple or something like that, right? So, and that could go upon. So I feel like it depends on the person as well, and I think that's the beauty of art.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree with that
एक
point. Like,
इंटेंडेड
yeah.
मीनिंग होती है, एक इंटेंडेड मीनिंग होती है और एक आपकी मीनिंग होती है जो आपका व्यूअर अज्यूम करेगा.
Yeah, obviously.
And you can influence it as an artist by talking about your work, but I feel like the best experience I've had recently, very very recently, is at times not giving any context. जैसे मेरे पीछे ये piece लगा हुआ है, you won't understand what this painting is, and a lot of
Me or the viewers.
viewers or anyone.
I know what that is. It's the Peckham Library.
Yeah, I've told you about this, right?
Yeah.
लेकिन if I put this up painting in Peckham or anywhere near Peckham in London, right? Uh, I don't need to tell them, oh, look, it's a visual abstraction and simplification of the Peckham Library,
Oh, you do. You
right?
do. I think you do.
नहीं
It
नहीं
doesn't look like
कुछ
it, bro. Come on. I've
listen,
seen the library. I don't know.
have you seen it? Have you seen the actual library? तुम गए हो लंदन में उधर?
Yeah. I think I've seen it.
I don't know, but like for example,
I mean, it looks like it, but you need to like connect a couple dots.
exactly, but that's the part that I'm trying to get at, right? I'm abstracting it to the point where the audience is engaged. जो मैंने अभी पहले बात बोली थी, like for me, or I need to figure out a way to engage the audience in a way that they feel proud of themselves as well. And I feel like visual abstraction में बहुत मजा आता है, because I've enjoyed it. Look at a piece and we're like, okay, what is this? And you're like, oh wait, this is that. And it's a very simple way of doing it. कुछ इसके अंदर deeper meaning नहीं है, and some people will look at it and be like, oh, जब Ali, maybe after a few years, if I manage to establish myself, will look at this piece and be like, oh, this is when his early stages of visual abstraction, and it signifies him being in London and Camberwell, where his college was. So I feel like art की with time भी और history और meaning develop होती रहती है, and uh, meaning वैसे भी एक projected चीज होती है, with a lot of art. And or either when I mean art, I mean like movies, I mean everything that you can put under the widest umbrella of art. you know जैसे कि अभी I was listening to this uh, uh, podcast की वो जो रोगन slash जॉर्डन पीटरसन का एक clip देख रहा था, and उसके अंदर he was like, why do you think superhero movies are so popular? You look at they're like this new modern version of
Westerns.
polytheism or something like that. Look at these guys; they are literally demigods. One of them is like Thor, for God's sake. It's right in front of you, right? So it's like he's talking about how a lot of times कुछ meaning लोग extract भी कर रहे होंगे और subconscious होगी.
Yeah, but only in superhero movies can you have like a Norse god and
Yeah,
Tony Stark in the same picture, huh?
but
Like,
but that's the beauty of it. I'm gonna share maybe that but uh, I feel like it's such a wide conversation क्योंकि मैंने अभी I enjoy अगर कुछ लोगों को मेरा काम नहीं समझ आ रहा था, because I feel like it's based on the assumption that I am trying to also make them understand what I'm talking about. And I feel like एक part पर आपकी एक artistic maturity आ जाती है, which I've seen in like established artists, and I feel like that I'm trying to get a grasp of it as well. कि होती है कि you just put the work out there. and you don't try to tell people, oh, look at this, oh, you understand what I'm trying to communicate with this work. You let the work, once you've put out the work, let the work be an entity of its own. you know so I feel like I don't worry about it at all anymore. And sometimes I'm glad I don't worry about it, because, like, for example, I had a, like, we have group crit reviews, right? तो हम students or tutors से share करते हैं. So once you show your work to someone, they will have a lot of things to say about it.
A crit review, I think, is a critique review.
हाँ, basically आपका group crit, basically, right? So group crit, art students will know about this. And
Yeah, but I don't think you have many art students watching this. So maybe
like,
explain what it
okay,
is.
okay. Basically, it's like if you're sharing a studio, hopefully आप a professional life में भी कर लें. That's, I've realized that I will probably find a studio where it's a shared studio, because I feel the need to have some other creative walking in and giving me feedback. So basically, group crit में ये होता है, everybody puts up their work, and turn by turn, the tutors and your peers, other students, talk about it. And they talk about it, like, first you present it, oh, this is the what the work's about, ये मेरा idea था, and then they give their understanding of what they're extracting from the work. It's very simple. और उसके अंदर they will give you ideas, that they will tell you, oh, I liked this, I didn't understand this. or and the best part about it is कि कभी कभार आपके दिमाग में ideas नहीं आते कि how can I move this work forward, and people will just throw in ideas. So right now I was feeling stuck. अब मुझे पता है कि next 2 हफ्ते तक मुझे जो काम produce करना है, based on the ideas other people have given, मैं करूँगा.
ठीक
So
है.
that is what a group crit is, basically.
Okay. Okay, that answers your question, Zaifa bhai. But another question we got was, do you ever feel lost in the sauce? Do you feel lost in the job itself? Do you feel
I
lost
feel like
when
I
you're
mentioned कर
creating
चुका
art?
हूँ ये, when we started the podcast. I feel like I mentioned this already.
I feel like you did about your flow state nonsense. I think you
Yeah,
did. Yeah.
yeah. I think we should. How much time do we have? I think we should get a little bit into flow state, but
It's 40 minutes right now. It's
okay,
41,
straight up flow
37.
state. I feel like, okay. Since we're talking about this question, I'm gonna make it Hamza.
कराओ मैं सुन रहा हूँ
Bro,
तुम्हारा
I haven't read the
nonsense.
book. I haven't read the book. This isn't nonsense, bro. This is like proper science.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Mihail Csikszentmihalyi is
Okay. Ali,
uh,
I can write a book right now. A book right now.
listen. He's
About
a psychologist.
about outer space. Okay.
Listen,
I'll
listen.
have okay. You don't believe
This
everything
guy.
people say just because they have credits. Okay. Understand that.
Yes, I agree,
Okay.
bro. But
Do you know
there's
what clinical studies are? You have to run them properly. You
yeah,
can't
there's
just be like,
clinical
I'm a
study.
psychologist. I will run a small clinical experiment where there will be certain people
Oh
and
God.
I will show
Yes,
they did
correct.
flow state.
Okay. But
Flow
this guy,
state
proper
is
science.
not.
There's proper science behind this. Proper studies behind this. मैं ऐसे बिला वजह नहीं बोल रहा. And also there's some personal experience that I like to reference, because it's personal experience, you know. So straight up flow state ये होती है कि you get good at the skills that you're practicing, and there's enough challenge in it. So like when you're doing it, जब आप कर रहे होते हैं वो काम, you experience a sense of timelessness. That's it, you know. And a lot of artists, musicians, writers try to get to this state as well, क्योंकि बहुत it's like a state of joy. Literally, time slows down, and I've experienced it a few times, not as many times as I wish I would have or have. लेकिन it usually comes when आप बहुत extreme focus कर रहे होते हैं, and you get rid of distractions as well.
For all of you normal people who want to know what it is outside of psychological terms, a flow state is like being in the zone.
हाँ, it's
That
being
is
in
the
the
best
zone.
way. Yes. What it means is, you could be in the zone listening to music, hours will pass by. Okay, gone. You could be working, writing, you could be doing your math assignments. I have a friend who used to do her math assignments while doing everything else in the world because she would just get into it. She could do anything, but she would just be doing the math. Like, it would be getting done. Like, I don't know how it happens. I don't understand math. If any of you know calculus, please help me. But देखो अभी
This is
तो
going,
अब
जब तक हमजा graduate नहीं होता है ना, this is going to be like Hamza on every point.
no.
Please help me.
Look. I'm not gonna lie right now. I have very low moral and ethical values in terms of, you know, मैथमेटिक्स. अभी जूम चल रहा है, मैं समर सेमेस्टर में कैलकुलस लेता हूँ, आप लोग कर लो मेरे लिए, इजी, डन, डन, प्लीज. But as far as my individual experience with the flow state goes, I have experienced it maybe 2 or 3 times in my life. Once was on a run when I was doing a 10K. I experienced it. I don't know how I experienced it.
Runner's high.
Yeah, but still a flow state. I was in
Yeah.
the zone. I was running, and I didn't want to stop running. I didn't realize I was running, and then I just ran, and then it was finished. And then I was like, oh, I did it. And then that's a good one. And then sometimes when I'm writing, it's really hard to start writing. Like it's insanely impossible to just begin because you keep deleting it, you keep thinking you're writing shit. But as soon as it starts and you get into the flow or into your zone, it just goes like, and then you just write it all out, right? So
Yeah.
most of my blogs are written like that, but most of them aren't because I get very distracted. I've been writing on for 4 days, but it's okay. So the flow state might be real, might not be real. It's up to you. According to psychology, it is real. According to me, it is real. But I will always destroy Ali Shamim for no reason. It's a dynamic in this podcast, as you can probably understand. Um,
If you don't understand,
uh,
please report Hamza for bullying. Get him
you
cancelled.
can you can report me for bullying. You can expose me for being an asshole to Ali Shamim. But everybody there will be no support because everybody will just be like, Ali deserves it. Ali needs it because Ali knows he needs it. Ali is going to be the one to comment. He's going to be like, I want it. A few days ago, Ali called me and Ali was like, bro, I need you to be an asshole to me, so I work harder. And I'm like, okay, just make me the bad guy. ठीक है, right? Oh, ताकि जब मुझे अली की बहन का कॉल आए कि you're making Ali cry all the time, it's my fault, right? No, it's Ali's fault. That's
Man,
what
let's
it
be
is.
honest. Okay, I'll be honest. एक चीज हमने mention नहीं किया है. I study at UAL right now, right?
University of Arts.
London, right? And
Oh,
let's be honest, I did not expect myself to end up at this university. And out of very, like, apart from my own family, the one person I credit is Hamza because उसने मुझे push किया कि भाई get back to your university application. And I feel like a lot of people won't know this. Maybe I should just make like a quick video on my own personal channel if you're
you should
interested.
make it. Why not?
I
Content
don't
is
know.
to be created.
So I feel like I'm gonna make that on my personal YouTube channel because I've been working on it for the past 2 months. Uh, लेकिन मैंने उसका what was that? I heard a cat.
These are cats, as you can hear.
Turkish cats.
These billies are annoying as shit, but it's okay. Animal lovers, Jordan Peterson, pet a cat if you see it, all that shit. Continue.
But for a lot of people who don't know, like I got rejected by almost a good 7-8 universities, I think, maybe more than that. और उसके साथ I was going to Paris College of Art for after my gap year in 2018. लेकिन फिर मेरा
29,
2018
20. Oh,
2018
we're so old,
लेकिन
bro.
लेकिन मेरा मेरा फ्रांस का जो वीजा था वो रिजेक्ट हो गया था एंड आई एम काइंड ऑफ ग्लैड क्योंकि उस वक्त पेरिस के अंदर राइट्स चल रहे थे और जिस दिन मेरा लैंडिंग का एग्जैक्ट वो था देन उस दिन पिक्चर्स आ रही थी आग लगी हुई एंड आई वाज लाइक ब्रो कराची में मैं ठीक हूँ इससे कराची में हो रहा है मैं ठीक हूँ
कराची में आप
बट इट वाज
प्रिविलेज में
वर्क
गाड़ी में बैठे हुए हैं इसलिए आप ठीक है.
सही है नहीं बट
हाँ.
कराची में यू कुछ चीज होती है ना यू गेट सो यूज्ड टू देम यू नो हाउ टू गेट बाय देम बट इमेजिन
Yeah,
लैंडिंग
bro. Like in Karachi,
with
if
a
somebody
language
comes with,
barrier. Look, having
yeah,
brown skin, knowing there's Islamophobia and people who are like straight up racist, and there are people.
yeah, yeah.
like, So obviously, us aspect का मैं बोल रहा
In Karachi, if you see someone coming to burn your car, just say, Farooq bhai, aaj nahi. But like, it's okay, yeah.
हूँ. But
In Paris, it's more like, ooh, I'm going to die now. I'll
yeah,
call my mom, say goodbye, Allah Hafiz, I'll see you in hell, heaven, whatever, wherever you plan on going, Ali.
but
Yeah.
coming back to so like right now it's crazy because I'm having the time of my life in terms of like educational value जो मेरे पिछले एक साल में हुई है because I thought कि टॉप 10 आर्ट यूनी है अभी सेकंड रैंकिंग पर है कैसे हाउ आई मैनेज लेकिन आई रियलाइज्ड के like getting accepted was a good बैरियर टू एंट्री। मैं पहले बहुत इनसिक्योर था कि भाई हाउ विल आई परफॉर्म, यू नो। ऊपर से मैं वाहिद ब्राउन बंदा, एक दो और ब्राउन लोग होते हैं जो कैंपस पे दिखते हैं, बट लाइक आउट ऑफ 3,000 लोग ऑन कैंपस और समथिंग लाइक दैट। आई डोंट नो मेरे कैंपस पे कितने लोग हैं, इतना बड़ा कैंपस नहीं है,
मैं चेक
लेकिन
करता हूँ। तू बात कर, मैं चेक करता हूँ।
मे बी 1200, बट बेरली मुझे ब्राउन लोग दिखते हैं मेरे कोर्स में। फाइन आर्ट्स वाले कोर्स में तो कोई है ही नहीं मेरे अलावा। तो फॉर मी लाइक इट्स बीन वेरी एंगेजिंग उस तरीके से। बट अगर हमजा मुझे पुश नहीं कर रहा होता कि करो अप्लाई, और मुझे एक सेंस ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं होता कि कर लूँ मैं अप्लाई, और यू नो मेरी फैमिली मुझे बैक नहीं कर रही होती।
1600 स्टूडेंट्स।
ओके 1600।
यस।
तो इट्स लाइक काफी सारे स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं, बट आई बेयरली सी एनी ब्राउन पीपल। कुछ मिडिल ईस्टर्न लोग होते हैं, लेकिन अगेन नॉट, मेरी किसी से वैसी इंटरेक्शन नहीं हुई है। बट एशियन, साउथ एशियन का तो सीन नहीं है बिल्कुल भी। तो बट इट्स वेरी,
Ali needs to go to East London for that. Then he can meet all of his nanyal. But anyway, continue.
हाँ, बट what I was getting at is कि even though I might drop out next year, even though I might be another university next year, I feel like कि जो मुझे फियर था ना कि ब्रो आर्ट यूनी, इज इट वर्थ इट, इज इट नॉट वर्थ इट, आई फील लाइक कि जो इमोशनल और आपकी क्रिएटिव ग्रोथ होती है मेरी, जो पिछले हफ्ते हुई है, वही इतनी ज्यादा है कि इट्स हार्ड फॉर मी टू लाइक ग्रास्प जो एक साल नहीं हुई है। बिकॉज लाइक इवन दिस पॉडकास्ट इज सॉर्ट ऑफ अ मैनिफेस्टेशन ऑफ दैट ना। मैं पहले नहीं करता ये पॉडकास्ट स्टार्ट, बट माय यूनी लाइक टॉट मी के यू नो समटाइम्स से कुछ चीजों को यू डेवलप देम विद टाइम, सो यू वर्क विद द टूल्स यू हैव। जो पहले से पता थी मुझे चीजें, बट इट्स लाइक you know sometimes you're waiting for the ideal conditions, the ideal materials to make your art and make your dream expression come true. Like for example, it would be great if Hamza Abdullah had like a year to himself with all the funding to himself to write the book that he wants to. Lekin
Bro, you give me a year with infinite
exactly
money,
right.
bro. I'm not going to write a book. What do you mean? I'm going to go to sleep for at least 3 months. I'm going to sleep out this depression, bro. Like, gone.
But
Eat, sleep. Oh, things
I
that
think
aren't
maybe I should
allowed
do
to
like
say on this
a video on
podcast.
my on my portfolio as well. Because my portfolio I think was great. Looking back, it was very diverse.
You should do it, bro.
But I think let's wrap this up. I hope ये काफी उधर उधर इधर उधर जा रही थी ये podcast. But if you listened till this last point, we are wrapping it up.
Then you win the
Man,
special thing,
first of all, thank you
which is
for
called
listening.
our gratitude, because we
Right?
can't give you anything else.
Not apart from the next episode and the episodes before that. लेकिन other than that, make sure that you're subscribed to our
Yeah.
channel if you're listening and watching this to this on YouTube. Other platforms की सबकी link है description में। उसके साथ second YouTube channel भी है हमारा, उसको भी जाकर subscribe कर लें। उस पर भी हम मेहनत कर रहे हैं आहिस्ता आहिस्ता, उसके ऊपर सारी clips update होती जाएंगी, because we know a lot of you just like watching clips. So
A
because
lot of you
I'm
just like watching Irfan Junejo. So you can watch that on the Clips channel, and you can watch that video as many times as you want. Enjoy. Maze.
but
Like, comment, share, and subscribe all of the channels on Spotify, Google, okay,
Apple Apple
Apple,
Podcast.
yes, Apple Podcast, and Anchor. I think that's also a thing.
Yes, Anchor. Sorry,
Yeah.
we are not on SoundCloud. Maybe कुछ सालों बाद SoundCloud आएंगे.
Um, Inshallah, we will never have to be on SoundCloud. Huh? But
SoundCloud takes money for uploads now. RSS feed here.
SoundCloud, there used to be a whole trend of SoundCloud rappers. It still exists, but like some of them made it, like Post Malone and stuff. But I don't know. I don't want to be on SoundCloud. It brings me shame to tell my mom I'm on SoundCloud. I don't know why.
अब ऐसी
But
बात नहीं है.
I'm kidding. I'm
I
kidding.
actually
I'm
like
kidding.
SoundCloud more than Spotify at times because sometimes you just discover good good music, man.
On SoundCloud, yeah,
Yeah, man.
SoundCloud has crazy suggestions. I'm not gonna lie, bro. जो autoplay चले जाते हैं, oof. But anyway, none of this is important. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Everything. Please do it all. I don't know. Do you want a PO box? You can send me food. I'm in Corona and quarantine. Please send Ali and I food, but without poison in it,
And yeah,
without
and website
stuff.
soon coming up. हम newsletter तो नहीं set करेंगे, but maybe in the next year, maybe we will have like a newsletter or something for exclusive news and stuff like that. I feel like we're working on it. We don't know if we will do it.
What
लेकिन
exclusive news? But this is tomorrow's problem. Today, this is all we have for you. Goodbye.